The New York Times says clashing voices were coming out of the White House regarding the Iran nuclear deal just a few days before the final decision to leave the accord was announced by U.S. President Donald Trump. According to the report, 5 days before Trump's withdrawal, Secretary of State Mike Pompeo told Britain, France, and Germany that he believed the agreement, known as the JCPOA, could still be saved. By May 7th, when Britain's Foreign Secretary Boris Johnson visited Washington, that hope had vanished. Pompeo informed Johnson that Trump had decided to leave the deal and reimpose the harshest sanctions on Iran. All this shows that after Trump, his hawkish national security advisor John Bolton calls the shots regarding what Washington's approach to such issues as the Iran deal must be like.
I think from the very beginning, the decision by Trump to go ahead with scrapping the Iran deal was always largely disingenuous and not completely serious. When you look at some of the key players that were against it, Mattis seems to be the last one there who seems to be pragmatic about keeping the Iran deal. He seems to be the only key player in the whole team who understands that the Iran deal is not really about Iran at all. It's about America's relations with huge geopolitical powers around the world, the European Union, China, and Russia.
All signs coming out of Trump's administration point to a division which still exists within the U.S. president's team. But Bolton has emerged as an influential voice, and he's able to influence any decision-making by Trump. Bolton's foil is Pentagon Chief James Mattis. Mattis has come to be known as a pragmatic military figure opposed to Trump's pullout from the JCPOA. However, Mattis has stopped pushing the case and is now isolated. Secretary of State Pompeo is said to be determined to give diplomacy a fair shot, but the balance of power has changed in favor of Bolton. When Trump addressed the nation on Tuesday, his words regarding the Iran nuclear deal bore Bolton's imprint.
Interestingly, at the very beginning, when Mattis took office, many people like to coin his old nickname, which is Mad Dog Mattis, because he was extremist, nationalistic, far-right views, his neocon views. But in fact, what we're seeing with people like John Bolton coming into office, Mattis is considered to be a pragmatist and someone who's very much prepared to take the centre ground and be realistic about what the American US foreign policy is capable of achieving.
The U.S. Defense Secretary's isolation began after former Secretary of State Rex Tillerson resigned, as Tillerson was also opposed to Trump ditching the Iran deal. Some analysts believe that given Bolton's growing influence, Mattis may soon be forced to leave Trump's team. Pompeo is now somewhere between Bolton and Mattis. If he pushes for keeping the JCPOA, he will definitely follow the trajectory of his predecessor, Rex Tillerson, and Bolton's predecessor. General McMaster was also opposed to ripping up the accord.
It would be a real blow if Mattis left Trump's team, because Trump is relying on some powerful people in the Pentagon around him to support him on this anti-Iran agenda, regardless of the fact that people like Mattis actually don't want the deal to be scrapped. They want to see a way forward, a more pragmatic way of resolving the issues. But if Mattis would be pulled out, I think that would be a massive blow to Trump.
The U.S. is facing an uphill task to reimpose sanctions on Iran, as this would need forming an international alliance. The U.S. is nearly alone in this regard, as its European allies, as well as China and Russia, still support the JCPOA.